going to give the audience a very short synopsis of this book, and then we're going to hand it over to Mr. Nirmal Jain and Mr. R. Venkatraman. Now, ladies and gentlemen, 108 Mantras of Financial Success is an IIFL, which is the India Infoline Group initiative, towards spreading financial literacy amongst the masses to help their inclusion in the economic prosperity of India. With accelerating GDP, per capita growth, as well as savings, financial literacy is more relevant and important today than ever before. While the government's emphasis on financial inclusion is to widen the reach of banking services to unbanked rural areas, we endeavor to complement the effort by helping people make the most of the available banking and financial services. Even the people who qualify as banked population have limited understanding of how to use financial products to help enhancement of financial security, building up wealth, and ensuring a comfortable life post-retirement, and also how to avoid frauds and losses from unscrupulous agents and pension schemes. The objective is to light a flame which will ignite many a flame to remove the darkness of financial illiteracy and steer the inclusion of masses in the country's financial growth and prosperity. The book also aims to get answers pertaining to your queries about financial services, full of informative investment tips. The book is simple and easy to understand with catchy visuals and interesting quotes. I now request the two guests that we have with us, Mr. Nirmal Jain and Mr. R. Venkatraman, to kindly unveil a copy of the book for us. So, that's going to be the official launch of the book, after which both of them are going to be talking on the topic of the mantras for financial success. After which we're going to have a Q&A in the audience. If there are any questions, they'll be happy to take those questions. As Mr. Nirmal Jain, the chairman of IIFL, and Mr. R. Venkatraman, the managing director of IIFL, launching the book for us. They're going to be now talking about the wider topic as we know it. And post the discussion, if there are any questions, they will be happy to answer those. We'll start with Mr. Jain. Like my introduction said, that a lot of times there are a lot of misconceptions about rural areas and the population that's not too educated about their unawareness of financial decisions and financial, as you call it, stability and future planning. What do you think this book brings to the table when it comes to making the general population, the banked population as you call it, aware, or at least, aware or at least educated about the basics of what to invest, where to invest, and where their money goes?
Thank you. This book is... thank you for the introduction, and thank you all of you for being here. This book is relevant to all of us. In fact, many of us are literate and we live in urban areas, but when it comes to financial literacy, it goes unnoticed how little we know. And the proof of that is that recently, a year ago, there was a big fraud in which many people lost money, and most of them were CEOs and very highly educated people. But that was something which is very obvious, which stared in our face, and we could see that there was a scam and a problem, and we could, we notice it because it comes in newspaper headline and stories. But typically what we don't know, that many of us, that our savings may be lying in, say, bank account and just earning 4%, whereas in the same bank, with the same bank's guarantee, it can earn 10%. And this is 6% is a very wide gap. But we may not still realize that on 10,000 rupees, if there's a gap of 2% per annum, 10,000 rupees per month, if you are saving on an average, and which grows at, say, 10% vis-a-vis 12%, by the time you retire, it can make a difference of 1 crore rupees. So what happens, most of us are passive about our investment, and we work hard for our money, but we don't make money work hard. We don't know all the opportunities that exist. We don't know all the organized way of investing our money, and we don't weigh the risk and reward properly for want of time or education or just the sheer knowledge about it. India has been evolving, and it's not a great matter of pride for us to say that after 65 years of independence, 95% of our villages don't have access to banks. almost 50% of our people don't have bank accounts. Many of you may be surprised if you check with your maids and servants that even in 21st century they may not have a bank account. And obviously they don't have access to mutual funds, savings or equities which can earn higher return and provide for much better retirement. Just look at this, that if I take equity, which many people fear, but if you do a systematic investment in equity, over long term it can give you 18 to 20% return compounded. So if you are retiring with say 20 lakh rupees of money, then at 18% your money can double in say 4 years time, vis-a-vis if you put in bank fixed deposit where it can take 8 to 10 years. So much of difference it can make to your retired life, your living standard. Even if you're working, then the kind of education that your children get or the kind of life that they're going to live. And it's really amazing that how little we care about it and how little we know about it. Many times, many of educated people also get into Ponzi schemes, or they don't do the basic paperwork, or even simple things. We have seen that there are many rich and wealthy people, but they are too lazy about planning succession or nominating that what happens if there's a sudden accidental event or even in case of their death. And then we have seen that huge properties get into dispute, litigations, and the next generation gets nothing out of it. So your entire work of your life gets completely wasted. So there are multiple such cases. What we are trying to do is that we realize that most of us have our different jobs and work to do. We don't work in financial services company. We have very little time to gather and understand what are the literacy aspects. So we have put in a lot of effort, our entire team, to devise this into 108 mantras or 108 truth, which actually in fact more or less captures very significant part of financial literacy that is required or relevant. I would say almost 90% of what we need to know will be captured in this. And it's illustration, which is interesting, which is witty, and a very small text which captures the imagination of the reader as well as thought-provoking, with a quote which again is pertinent to that picture or illustration. So if you do one at a time, then also within 3-4 months you would have absorbed entire thing. So even if you spend say 5 minutes per day to ponder over one illustration, one mantra, then also it just takes about 3.5 months to cover the entire thing, and you can keep it. The book is also priced very attractively so that more and more people can take advantage of this. We have run this campaign in newspaper, one ad a day. As a company, we are committed to spread financial literacy. Now, this is a gigantic task. It's a very mammoth task for a company like ours to say that a country where population is 120 crores, to address this. But it's like the story of fishes on the shore when a child was just throwing one fish in the sea, and somebody said that what difference you're going to make. The difference is made to one life that is thrown back into the sea.